Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, June 30th, the last day of the month of June. A lot to talk about. We have a heavy rain threat for the Mid-Atlantic region later this week. We also will have an East Coast tropical system that very well could become the first named tropical storm of the season, Arthur. And it should develop off the southeast U.S. coastline over the next couple of days, ride northeastward up the coast, probably sliding just to the east of the I-95 corridor at the end of the week. And it looks like the weekend itself, at least from Saturday on, may turn out quite nice, but there could be rough surf off the coast, and we'll have to monitor the movement of this potential tropical system along the east coast later this week. Here's the very latest surface map. Two major players here that will affect our weather. One is a strong cold frontal system pushing through the northern plains, caused some severe weather yesterday out in that part of the country, and it will again today. That pushes towards the east coast and has a big impact on our weather conditions here late Wednesday and again late Thursday. Whether or not the tropical system moves up the east coast, we still will very likely have some heavy rain during the PM hours on Wednesday and again on Thursday. Kind of an increasing chance for these showers and storms as the week progresses, as this cold frontal system approaches the east coast. Meanwhile, low pressure now situated off the southeast U.S. coastline. This very likely will turn into the first tropical storm of the season. It would be called Arthur, and it could have a direct impact on the Outer Banks of North Carolina later this week, perhaps Thursday into Friday. The 4th of July is on Friday, and then it appears as if it would move just off the Mid-Atlantic coastline at the end of the week, causing some rough surf, certainly along the Jersey coastline in the Friday-Saturday time frame. Perhaps even some showers and thunderstorms in the Mid-Atlantic region on Friday, likely to be pulling off the coast far enough by Saturday that Saturday will turn out to be a pretty nice day, and in fact a refreshingly cool air mass will be moving from the Midwest into the east at the end of the week. Well, let's take a quick look at the radar loop in the Mid-Atlantic region. There are some scattered showers and even a rumble or thunder, especially across northeastern Pennsylvania. Cannot completely rule out the threat for a shower or a rumble of thunder from Washington to Philadelphia, even New York City. For the most part, today will be a rain-free day, and high temperatures should be confined to the 80s in most locations, perhaps flirting with the 90-degree mark around D.C. Now, this is kind of interesting. Today is the last day of June. It looks like it'll stay in the 80s here in the Philadelphia region. And in Philadelphia, that would mean that we've had only 3 90-degree days in the spring and summer season so far as we get through the month of June. That's the fewest amount, the least amount of 90-degree days through the month of June in Philadelphia, officially at the airport, since 1985. Quite impressive so far in terms of the lack of 90-degree days in Philadelphia. Again, very likely to turn out the fewest number of 90-degree days through the month of June here in Philly since 1985. Now, July, on the other hand, is likely to start off with 90-degree days on Tuesday and Wednesday in much of the I-95 corridor, possibly even on Thursday, before a trend to much cooler conditions occurs on Friday and Saturday. Well, here's a current infrared satellite imagery loop from the SSEC Wisconsin website. Again, two main areas to focus in on. Out here in the middle part of the country, some thunderstorms already this morning. Nothing severe yet, but it certainly could turn into some severe activity. Tornadoes, for example, later on today in the northern plains associated with that strong cold frontal system. And a vigorous upper-level low featured here in the southern part of Canada, sending some very cool air into the middle part of the country. Meanwhile, down off the southeast U.S. coastline, here we go. We got some tropical activity starting to develop. This is very likely to turn into a tropical system over the next 48 hours or so. If it does, it would become named Arthur, the first tropical storm of the season. And again, it could very well affect directly the Outer Banks in the Thursday-Friday time frame, and then slide just off the Jersey coastline towards the northeast in the Friday time frame. That's the way it looks right now, probably sparing us here in the Mid-Atlantic region any bad weather over the weekend. In fact, it looks like Saturday could very well turn out to be a very nice day up and down the I-95 corridor, although the surface is very likely to be on the rough side thanks to the departing tropical system. In the tropical outlook that's seen on our website under the seasonal forecast label, we talked about how there very well could be some homegrown type systems this year with the very warm sea surface temperatures just off the East Coast. And this is a perfect example where it doesn't track all the way across the Atlantic from the west coast of Africa. And in fact, it just develops very close to the U.S. coastline, and that's what it looks like will happen over the next 48 hours. A tropical system forms off the southeast U.S. coastline and then moves northeast along the East Coast here on the 4th of July week, moving just off the mid-Atlantic coastline at the end of the week. Of course, we have to monitor that situation over the next several days. Well, let's take a look at some computer forecast maps. This is using last night's 0Z GFS model run. And first of all, as far as the tropical system goes, once again, the European model kind of had a handle on the potential for a tropical system along the East Coast before the GFS. Last night's run on the GFS model finally does pick up on this possibility. In fact, has a pretty healthy looking tropical system along the East Coast later this week. We'll look at Tuesday night's forecast map right here, and then 24 hours later Wednesday night, and then we'll go to Thursday night and Friday night. Whether or not the tropical system develops, we still are very likely to get some heavy rainfall here in the Mid-Atlantic region later this week, specifically Wednesday night and especially Thursday PM hours. This is the forecast for tomorrow evening, Tuesday evening. Some threat for showers and thunderstorms late in the day on Tuesday as that cold frontal system starts to push to the east. Here's the cold frontal system by tomorrow evening, Tuesday evening. Don't expect anything severe or heavy late Tuesday. Just a chance for some showers and thunderstorms at the end of the day on Tuesday. Let's now jump ahead to the Wednesday evening forecast map. And here's the Wednesday evening forecast map. Notice GFS now starting to depict some heavy rainfall here across the southeast U.S. coastline, and there are very likely to be some showers and thunderstorms in the I-95 corridor late Wednesday night. And the threat exists for some heavy rainfall and some strong thunderstorms late Wednesday. And then again on Thursday, we'll look at the Thursday evening forecast map. And here it is Thursday evening, perhaps even a greater chance for heavy rainfall and strong thunderstorms Thursday evening, here depicted by the GFS model with some heavy rainfall again Thursday evening. Meanwhile, out of the Midwest, a refreshingly cool air mass moving into the western Great Lakes, into the Midwest. This is late Thursday, and all this is important because it does eventually move into the I-95 corridor. Meanwhile, some heavy rainfall here depicted by the GFS model along the southeast U.S. coastline. Probably will be even more intense than what the GFS is depicting here, as the GFS has been kind of slow to the game in picking up this East Coast tropical system. I think the Euro has a better handle on things. But by the end of the week, and now we'll take a look at the Friday evening forecast map, the GFS seems to have caught on. And here it is, Friday night, the night of the 4th of July. Tropical system right here moving just off the mid-Atlantic coastline, probably affecting directly the Outer Banks in the Thursday, early Friday time frame, and then perhaps sliding just off the mid-Atlantic coastline, the Jersey coastline, in the Friday time frame. Certainly can be some showers and thunderstorms associated with this into the New Jersey and eastern part of Pennsylvania on Friday, and then likely to be pulling off the East Coast in time to allow for a quite nice weather here in the I-95 corridor for Saturday, although again the surf can be rough off the Jersey coastline. So we'll monitor this tropical system, perhaps the first named system of the year later this week. It would be called Arthur, and it very likely will form off the southeast U.S. coastline over the next 24 to 48 hours or so, and then ride along northeastward along the East Coast over the next several days. And heavy rain is indeed a threat here in the Mid-Atlantic region late Wednesday and again late Thursday. Whether or not that tropical system rides up the coast, there will be some heavy rainfall likely associated with that cold frontal system later this week. A lot to talk about today, and that's it for now. For the SIWeather.com, I'm meteorologist